Sit with your legs crossed at the middle of the shins. Preferably sit up on a lift, blanket, 2 blankets, so that the knees can release to the level of the hips. As you inhale, breathe the spine long. As you exhale, release the tension in the inner thighs so that the knees release down and away from you. Keep watching the movement of your breath. In your mind's eye, visualize strong, flexible muscles. Feel the power originating from the prana inside the body, interacting with the breath. Now open the eyes, round your back. Then as you inhale, wheel the chest through, open up. Now bring the fingertips in front of you and bring your hand to your sacrum. That's the top of the buttock, thick bony part of the top of the buttock. Draw the sacrum in and up, and draw the low belly in and up at the same time. It's like you're making a sacrum sandwich. See if you can crawl the fingertips a little bit forward without the sacrum tipping back. Now walk the hands over to the right and see if you can move the left side sacrum in. Notice the tendency for the sacrum want to move back and for the belly want to drop. Release the low abs up towards the heart. Then walk the hands over to the left. Same thing. See if you can move the right side sacrum in so the spine is moving in and up instead of rounding. Then walk the hands back to center. Come back up. Change the cross of the legs. Place the fingertips in front of you again. Both sides of the sacrum in and up. Now what you'll start to realize is that you have one side of the sacrum that doesn't want to move in. For me, it's the left side. So I have to work, especially as I go over to this side, to make sure that I'm working on moving the left side sacrum in without dipping in the low back. Still drawing the belly up. Then change sides. Again, walk over to the left so that your chest aims out over your left knee. Lengthen through the inner and outer ankles. Shins descending, thighs descending. Walk the hands back to center. Then walk your hands back towards you. Come onto the hands and the knees. As you inhale, wheel the chest forward. Take the back into a back bend. As you exhale, round the back, draw navel to spine, look back at navel. Inhale, top of the sacrum in, then the whole spine coils in. Exhale, round out, navel to spine, look back. Inhale, wheel the chest through, let the spine move fluid. Exhale, round all the way out, look back. Inhale, roll through again, and then come into neutral. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, and stretch back into your first down dog. Turn the inner armpits forward. Keep the inner arms spinning forward as you start to stretch back. Let the head release. Stretch the legs long. Then come onto the hands and the knees again. Sit back into child's pose. Let your lower back spread some more. So all that work on moving in. Now the opposite. Let the lower back spread and release as the thighs press into the sides of the waist. Let the hips release back and down into the heels. Inhale, come back up onto the hands and the knees. Curl the toes under again. Lift knees, glide back into down dog. Inhale forward into plank pose. Wheel the chest forward, stretch your legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward, plank pose, navel, sternum up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose, firm in the legs like one leg. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one, inhale, glide into plank. Then bring the feet together. Pin in with the outer hips, squeeze in with the legs. And without twisting in your middle or sinking, lift the right foot up an inch. Change legs, lift the left foot up an inch. Lower that leg down. Set the knees down. One more time. Oh, not child's pose. Actually, instead, turn the hands around. We're going to do a wrist and forearm stretch here. So turn the hands around so the forefingers point back, the thumbs point out. Put a micro bend in your elbows so that they're not locked. Make sure the hands are still shoulder distance apart. Now, without twisting your middle or your hips, stretch the left leg straight back. Pretend like I put a full cup of coffee on your sacrum. You don't want your hips to twist at all. So really, without twisting the hips, stretch the right leg back. Not to toot my own horn, but watch how I do that with precision. Really important that you can stabilize yourself. Lower the knee down. One more time. Oh, actually, we'll turn the hands around. And now let's go back into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Reconnect to the breath. Step your left foot up in between your hands. Walk the hands around. Ardha Prasarita Padottanasana. So in Ardha Prasarita, we're going to take the concave back. So just like we were practicing when we're doing cat-cow, take the top of the sacrum in, then move the whole spine in, wheel the chest forward, take all that length, now start to walk the hands back, and let the skull release towards the floor. Might not drop all the way, you can see mine still hovering a bit. But as you stretch the legs, release the back of the head down. Good. Then inhale, flat back. Position, if you have blocks, position those blocks just behind your heels and come all the way up to stand. Turn the left leg in slightly. Turn the right leg all the way out. Externally rotate. Hands on the outer hips. Sides of the sacrum and the navel in as you tip over. When you go to tip over, just like when we were twisting from side to side seated, try not to let the sides of the sacrum push back. That's a sign that you've gone over too far too quick. Your legs and your back body aren't flexible enough to take you over and you'll start to round. So instead, let me see if you can move both sides of the sacrum in, lift the navel, roll the chest open, and once you're steady, take the left arm up. And then I'm going to see if I can take my hand a little bit lower without that right side sacrum slipping back. I still got it. Good. Press into the feet. Inhale, come up. Turn the legs to the other side. Left leg turns all the way out. Right leg turns in slightly. Then tip from your hips. Lengthen out over your leg. Place your hand down onto the block. Sacrum in. Roll the chest open. Press down evenly through the feet. Both sides of the sacrum and lift the left side low belly up towards your heart. See if you can go a bit lower without rounding over. Press down into the feet. Inhale, come back up. Then step to the top of the mat. Tadasana, mountain pose. Stand here, reconnect to your breath. All right, then step the left foot back 4 feet. Turn the right leg out 90, left leg in slightly. Bend your right knee, reach out and put your right hand on the outside of your heel. Take the left arm up and overhead, extended side angle. Now make sure that you're not letting your left inner leg sink. So actually lift your hips up a little bit away from your right heel and really stand on the left foot even. Then keep the left inner leg lifted as you start to sit the right buttock, right sit bone towards the right heel. Spread the inner legs. Good, then come up and change sides. Right leg turns in slightly, left leg turns all the way out. Bend the left knee. Spread the arms, inhale. Exhale, put the left hand on the outside of the left heel. Reach the right arm up and overhead. Make sure that you're not collapsing the back inner leg. Anchor the back foot. Then see if you can sit the left buttock deeper. Inhale, come back up. Parallel the feet. Then step to the top of the mat. Tadasana, mountain pose again. So as you stand up tall, work on balancing the body up over the ankles. So hips align, shoulders and ears. So instead of being tucked under, make sure that both sides of the sacrum are moving in and up without the belly pushing forward. Shoulders back, chest open. Raise the arms as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha, lengthen out. Plant the hands and step back to plank pose. Set the knees down, lower slowly to your belly. Flip the toes back. Lift the inner kneecaps and wheel the chest forward and up. Low cobra. Slide the hands back under the elbows. Keep stretching the legs. Then wheel the chest all the way up, upward facing dog. Down dog. Bend the knees, look through your hands. Step the feet up to the top of the mat and inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold deeply. Press into the feet. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to your heart. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, Ardha. Step the left leg back, lower the left knee down. Inhale, low lunge, raise your arms. Exhale, bring the hands down, lift the back knee. Then step back to downward dog. Step your left foot all the way up in between your hands. Lengthen in the lunge. Exhale, step the right leg forward. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha. Exhale, fold deeply. Press down, root through your feet. Inhale, come all the way up, raise the arms. And exhale, bring the hands to your heart. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step the right leg back into a lunge, lower the knee down. Inhale, raise the arms up and overhead. Exhale the hands back down, lift the back knee up, low lunge, lengthen, and step back to downward dog. Step the right foot all the way up in between the hands, lengthen out. Then step the left foot forward, fold forward. Press down through the feet, inhale, come all the way up, reach up. Exhale the arms to your side, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha. Step back. Lower slowly to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot up in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen in the lunge. Exhale, step the right leg forward and fold forward. Press down into the feet. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale the hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Plant hands, jump back to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Bend knees, jump or step up to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press down, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha. Jump or step back to Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend the knees. Jump or step up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press to stand. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale the hands back to your heart. Surya B, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha. Jump or step back to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Step the right leg, warrior one. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the left foot, warrior one. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Bend the knees. Jump or step up to the top. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale into chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or float back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the right leg, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the left foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the right foot all the way up in between the hands. Adjust the back heel for warrior two. Press into your feet. Inhale, come up. Hold here for 5 breaths. So just like we practiced in side angle, you work on keeping the stretch at the back leg, and then see keeping all 4 sides of the waist lifted. See if you can start to bend the right leg deeper. Smooth the right sit bone towards the back of the knee. Now reach out, put your hand down on the inside of your foot. You can clasp the ankle or use the block. Wrap your left arm half wrap behind your back and see if you can hook your hands onto the outer hip or the thigh. Turn the thigh out, turn the hip back, and roll the left shoulder head back to open the chest. Now wiggle the back foot in. Put your right hand a foot in front of your pinky toe. Keeping the right hip turned in, lift your back leg up. Ardha Chandrasana. Root down evenly into your right foot. Turn the right thigh so that the knee points straight ahead. Keeping the right hip fixed in, right where the hand was guiding it in, open up all the way into the pose. So think of your right hip helping to stabilize you in the pose. Now create more space and length, stretch through all the limbs. Bend your right knee. Big step back, Trikonasana. Bring the left hand down. Lunge. Step back to downward facing dog. Or you can add a vinyasa if you're working on adding upper body strength. And then step the left foot all the way up in between your hands. Spin the back heel down. Warrior 2. Inhale, come up. So you might find the stance a little short. You might have to lengthen a little bit more, but keeping the back leg strong. Then see if you can start to bend the left knee. So trying to let the back leg collapse to give you the illusion that you're moving deeper into the pose. Then reach out over your leg and place the hand onto the inside of the ankle, onto the block. Or just hold the ankle as I'm doing. Then wrap the right arm behind the back. Guide the left hip in. Now wiggle the back foot in, about halfway. Put the left hand a foot in front of the pinky toe. Now lean over to the left leg. Keep the left thigh turned. Don't let the knee cave in. Keep the knee turned. Turn the left hip back in. Guide it in with your hands. Now open up the hips and the chest towards the side wall. And as you reach down into the left fingers, see if you can lift the right leg up so the heel is an inch or two above the pelvis. Then bend the left knee, slide back into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Bring your hand down, bend the knee, step back to down dog or take a vinyasa. Bend the knees, jump to the top of the mat or step, inhale Ardha, exhale fold forward. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to stand. Then bringing the hands into reverse prayer or take knuckles together in the upper back. Step the right foot back, 3.5 feet, straighten the legs and fold forward with the right leg, Parsvottanasana. Press down into the feet, inhale, come back up, turn to face the left leg, and lengthen all the way out over your left leg. And root down through the feet. Inhale, come back up. Turn to face the right leg. Raise the left arm up. Start to turn your chest as you reach out over your leg. Then put the hand down on the outside of the ankle. Raise the right arm. Parivrtta Trikonasana. 5 breaths. Stretch into the back leg. And remember that sacrum exercise at the beginning of class? Make sure the sacrum isn't tipping back. Move the sides of the sacrum in and up, navel up, Good. Now keep that action as you step into twisted half moon. Put the hand a foot in front on the inside. Keep the right hip tracking in like we practiced in regular half moon. Spread the arms, open your chest. Bend the knee, slide back, Trikonasana. Come all the way up, spin around for the other side. Left hand on the left hip, raise the right arm, inhale. Turn your chest as you reach out, then put the hand down on the outside of the ankle. Take the left arm up. Good. Now start to slide the right hand a foot in front of the foot and step up to balance. Keep the left hip hugged in for stability. Root your left foot. Now stretch that right leg and open up. Slide your right foot back, twisted triangle, come all the way up to stand, then step to the top of the mat, Tadasana mountain pose. Take your right big toe up and lift it up to shoulder armpit height. If that's not possible, just breathe the right leg as straight as you can. Then change hands, grab a hold of the outer foot with your left hand, lift and twist. So if your leg doesn't go straight without having to round over, I recommend bending the knee instead. Then turn to face forward, both arms up, legs straight out in front of you. Don't sink back, lift up over the front of the left ankle, then release. Change legs, bring the left leg up, take the left big toe, stretch the left leg out in front of you. Stand tall, bring the big toe up to armpit height. Then change hands and twist. Lift and turn from above the navel. Keep growing tall up over the right ankle. Look back to center, both arms up, legs straight out in front of you. Then release the leg, bring the arms back down. All right, now turn, lift the heels up, arms up, then bring the hands to prayer as you squat down onto your heels. Keep the knees together as you turn your chest to the right. Put your hands down so that the right knee is hooked into the left tricep. Then see if you can lean into your chaturanga arms without your right hip touching your right elbow. Keep the collarbones broad, the shoulder blades out of your ears. Then lower the feet back down. Heels up, hands back to prayer. Come all the way up to stand. Tadasana mountain pose. Spin around to the other side. Lift the heels up, raise the arms up. Then squat down onto your heels, hands to prayer. Turn your chest. Turn your belly to help. Put the hands down. Hook the knees into the outer upper arm. Then see if you can lean into the arm and balance. Lower the feet back down. Come all the way up to stand. Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale the arms up. And sit back into chair. Sit the buttock all the way to the floor for abdominals. Here we go. Hands at the side, Dandasana. Then lean yourself back 30 degrees. Start to slide the heels in towards you. Then lift the legs up while keeping the belly in. Don't let the sacrum sink back. Stretch your legs. Then cross the legs, lower the legs back down. Then lean yourself back 30 degrees. Slide the heels towards you. Legs up, arms up. you're working well, you might even feel you're shaking because you're working so well, like I'm doing, then lower yourself down. All right, bring the hands behind the ears. Crunch up to your knees. Crunch top abs, low abs. Send the right leg forward without the belly following, and then the left. So both legs forward. Ardha Navasana. Then bring the legs straight up. Lower the head down. Open up the elbows. Crunch up again. Legs in tabletop. Send the left leg forward. Don't let the belly follow. Low abs stay in. Send the right leg out to meet it. And hold there. Then bring the legs straight up. Lower the head down. And open up the elbows. Rebend the knees into tabletop position. Crunch yourself up. Start to stretch the legs out. Abs stay in. This time both legs moved at the same time. Now take the right leg straight up and reach with the left hand to the outer ankle. Then change sides. Twist and reach with your right hand to your outer ankle. Back to center, both legs up, stay up. And release. Set the feet down, let the elbows open up. Take the feet the width of the mat, and then let the knees fall over to the right. Arms are in like a goalpost position. Then knees over to the left. Bring the knees back to center. Take the legs straight up. Reach the arms back. Oh, this is the worst one. Okay, so arms straight. Press the thumbs down or fingertips into the floor like I'm doing. And without the belly lifting at all, lower the right leg so that the heel is hovering just a couple inches above the floor. But don't let the lower back lift. See how I keep the spine long. Bring the leg back up. Change legs. Lower the left leg. Keep the spine long. Push to your heel. Good. Then rebend the knees. Set the feet down. Okay. Roll over to your right side. Press yourself up. We're going to try to do that same thing upside down now. So we're going to start. You should be about a leg's distance away from the wall. Hands go under the shoulders. Then heels at the wall. Take one foot up to... Oh, let's do a split actually first. So just down dog with a leg up the wall. Right heel, I have my right heel on the baseboard. You may or may not have a baseboard. But what I'm working on doing is squeezing the hips as I stretch the inner left leg. Okay, then lower that heel down. Change legs. Take the right big toe mound into the wall and then stretch the inner leg. But don't let the hips twist off to the side. Squeeze the hips as you stretch the leg. Try not to let your lower back fall down. Keep the lower back long by using your belly. Lower that leg down. Now walk both legs up the wall at hip height. Strong in your core, firm in the arms. See if you can make a perfect 90-degree angle. So ideally I would bring my hands in a little bit. Then lower the knees down. Okay, so let's really do this properly. Measuring a leg's distance away from the wall. Then I'm going to put the hands right where the heels of the feet were. All right, so then the hands go right under the shoulders. Chest is open. I turn the inner armpits forward. Make sure the collarbones stay broad. Then I go into mini down dog. Good. Then one foot up at hip height. and then the other. Stretch the legs straight as you can, arms firm. Now maybe you can take one leg up so that we're mimicking the position that we were in on the back. Then lower that leg and change legs. See how my lower back wants to dip in. I have to keep the lower back long and see if I can stretch the leg up. Then lower back down, set the knees down. So that's a great way to build strength so that you can one day do a handstand. All right, rest in child's pose, let the head rest. Then come back up. And if you have a blanket, we're going to use the blanket. So now you could use a towel or your blanket, if you don't have a blanket, underneath your knees. And this is another great exercise to build strength for piking up for handstands. So all I'm doing is using the strength of the core to slide the knees in and under and then slide back. So I exhale, engage, I pull all four sides of the ribs down as I pull in, and then inhale, slide back. All right, now the real test if you do it with the toes. Keeping the collarbones broad, pull in from your middle. Try not to let the shoulders shrug up around your ears. Exhale, pull from your middle to slide in all the way up, and inhale, slide back. Exhale, pull in from your middle, keep the spine tall and long. Inhale, lengthen. Set the knees down. All right, and the final test will be to see if we can go up by swinging up and over to the wall. So I position the hands shoulder distance apart, curl the toes, lift the knees. I look right in between the index fingers at the floor. I fix my gaze there. I root the hands down and search the core of the earth with the energy of the hands as I swing the legs up and over. Then lower the legs down slowly, one at a time. Set the knees down. And sit in Virasana or Vajrasana. Feel the energy of the posture. Notice how the breath feels. Right, and let's practice one more time. Plant the hands. This time you can kick up with the other leg, or you can practice finding a balance point. So walk the feet in. Maybe you can spring up like a bunny hop with both feet and bring the heels towards the buttock without even touching the wall maybe. Find your balance point to take your legs up. So that's just a technique that I learned to be able to balance. If you have a different technique, you can use that. Then lower the legs down slowly. And sit in Virasana. Now I'm going to use a block because it's a little gnarly on my knees to try to sit all the way down on the floor in Virasana. And let's do a couple arm variations. So now take the left arm up, bend the elbow, reach back behind you. Take the right arm from under. If possible, bind your fingers. If that's too far away, you could use a strap or a shirt or a towel. Then release and change sides. Raise the right arm up, externally rotate, bend the elbow, reach back behind you. Take the left arm from under. And then release that. Lift your butt up. Move the block to the side. Then come onto the belly. Shalabhasana, stretch the arms straight back. and lift the legs up just an inch. In this Shalabhasana, work on getting longer. Reach back through the legs, roll through the side chest forward. Then, if possible, bend the knees, reach back and grab a hold of the ankles. Release that. Put the hands next to your side, press into up dog. Glide back to down dog. Jump to seated. And lie down on your back. Then cross the right ankle over the left knee and gently bring your left knee towards your chest. Let the hips start to breathe open. Let the back release out along the floor. Then set the left foot down, open up the arms like cactus arms, and let your legs fall over to the left. Bring the knees and hips back to center. Now reach and grab a hold of your right big toe. Stretch the leg as straight as you can. And stretch the left leg out along the floor. So now, for this part, like for abs and stuff, it's okay to do shakies. But for this part, you don't want to be forcing. So I can lift up with relative ease in this position. If that's not coming for you, just work on breathing the leg straight. Don't force it straight. Then rebend the knee, change legs. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Gently hug your right knee towards your chest. The reason why is when we're trying to build muscle, when you do tearing actions, like with weight resistance, the muscles would tear, and then the muscles start to grow from that. Set the foot down, open up the arms to the side like goalpost arms, and let the legs fall over to the right. So same thing when you do resistance stuff like planks, you can start to shake, you use your muscles, that's good, it builds the muscles. But when we're doing deep stretches and we're trying to open up the body, you don't want to be fighting and forcing and tearing and creating more strain, because it does just that. It'll create more strain in those muscles. So now, instead of like going to like an 8 or a 10 or back off a bit, just halfway. Feel like the middle way in the stretch. And when in doubt, you should feel your breath. Your breath will flow evenly in and out through the nose. Then bring the legs back to center. Reach down for your left big toe. Stretch that left leg as straight as you can. Stretch the right leg out along the floor. Roll the right inner thigh down. Reach through the right heel. Then crunch up to your knee. Crunch your top abs. Lift up. Bring that leg a bit closer. Breathe into the back of the leg to open it up. Then lower the head back down. Rebend your knee. And release. Put both feet down onto the floor. Then bend the knees, grab a hold of the outsides of the feet, and we're going to do upside down Paschimottanasana. So in this pose, you want to balance right and the upper back, like right in between the shoulders, shoulder blades, and you're trying to make your legs parallel to the ceiling. So it's like you're doing seated forward fold, but upside down. So this is nice because you can breathe the upper back open, you can breathe space for the shoulders and stretch the legs this way. See if you can start to bring the feet and the butt closer to the floor at the same rate. Then roll yourself down so you're more on the middle back. Take the big toes and spread the legs wide. Then roll down even more so you're spreading lower back and take happy baby. So we're opening up all the places in the back now, upper, middle, lower. Then cross the right knee over the left knee and grab a hold of the outer feet. Change the cross of the legs. Then uncross the knees, set the feet down on the floor, and stretch the legs out one at a time for corpse pose. So before you settle in for corpse, I just want to give you a reminder, if you've been enjoying the channel, we're stoked. I'm stoked. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us more than you think. It's how we keep the videos going. Your support through subscriptions. Really appreciate that. Make sure that you give yourself a good 5 to 10 minutes in Shavasana today. So we worked really hard. We want to allow the body to receive the benefits of the practice. Let the body drop. Practice concentrating on the breath. Let the rhythm of the breath soothe the mind. Relax the hands, relax the feet. Relax and release the tension around the sense organs. Empty the jaw, the tongue. Let the tension in and around the eyes go. Even imagine you could feel the inner ears open, soften. Soften the forehead, the skin on the forehead, the scalp. Soften the front brain to the back brain. Let go completely.